Yes, and my name is David, and welcome back to Alex's Board Game Stand, where we review kids' board games. And today we are on a run of reviewing a series of games from Iello, the fairy book game series that they have right now. And I have 3 of them currently. And today's game is Baba Yaga. Now, Baba Yaga, the story is essentially you are kids trying to escape this magical forest because you went into the forest and got captured by Baba Yaga. And what's she trying to do?
Get the kids?
Yes, she's trying to eat the kids, which isn't very nice at all. And she summons her house to grow legs, and she's chasing you. So the end game is you escaping this forest by completing ingredients to, break the spell and escape. All while you're trying to find these ingredients. It's a memory-based game. The other opponents are moving Baba Yaga like this. And the first person to complete their end goal, that they win the round or they lose the round. So that is essentially what Baba Yaga is. It's a very simple, fast-paced kids game. So without further ado, let's show you what comes in this book box. So what comes in the box? As Iello has been doing, they've been including a story to all these fairy tale games in addition to the rules or within the rule book. But this one has its own storybook and a rule book. The translation here to English isn't the greatest, but you do get a flavor of the story. So if you read the story, it's going to give you clues to find the ingredients which are on this tile. So if you've read it, you know the dogs are eating bread here because that's what they wanted, and that is the corresponding ingredient on the back side. So you have 16 of these circle ingredient tiles, you have 1 of the running house, and then you have 9 Baba Yaga circle tiles, and these are all thick cardboard components, very sturdy. Then you have the 20 cards. These have the ingredients on the very back side. You have to at least get 3 to complete it. Some have 3 ingredients, some have 4. And then the last piece, which we aren't accounting for the fantastic box here, which is magnetic, very nice, but a good insert. We have Baba Yaga. It looks like one of those Russian dolls, but it's a wood component. It's very bulky and durable. So those are all the components within the box. Now let's show you how to play. Okay, so this is how you set the board up for Baba Yaga. You start the game by giving every player 3 cards like so, face down in front of them. This is important because no one is allowed to look at these cards. On your turn, you're going to be flipping the top card to show you what you're going after. If you only have 1 card, you know what's coming next, but that's neither here nor there. That's how you start the game. You give each player 3 cards. The person to complete all 3 of these spell cards wins the game. And then you put Baba Yaga right here, and you're ready to go. So once everything's set up, the first player will start by flipping the top card in his hand. And this is a speed game, remember. So once you have the card flipped, the bottom here, I'll let you know what that is a little later. You start to flip over or look for the ingredients. If you're wrong, we're looking for these. You have to at least get 3 of the ingredients if it has 4 on it, but if it only has 3, you have to get those 3 to complete it. So once you complete the 3 spells, like I said before, the game ends and you win. So if you get one wrong, like this one here, there is no potion on this card. You just flip it back over and you keep trying to find your ingredients. We have a frog leg on here. I know some of the clues will give you hints. There's lily pads. You can get frogs in the pond there. So we have our first ingredient. We have it flipped over and we have to continue to try to find more. There's bread on here. Again, we know that the bread are with the dogs because that's what they're eating. Now we have 2, but while we're doing this, the opponents are taking Baba Yaga and moving her across the board. And if it's a 2-player game, the other opponent just shifts his hands like so, and he moves it across. But in a 3 or 4-player game, they will take turns moving Baba Yaga while you are trying to look for the ingredients. Once she reaches the last tile here, the turn ends and that person has to relinquish his turn and put his ingredient card back on the bottom of his hand. So you don't know until it comes back up what you're looking for, but you can have a general idea on where some of them are if you gathered any ingredients at all. All the ingredients are flipped back over and the next person takes his turn, placing Baba Yaga back on the starting point. We have it like this because if you have a 4-player game, you want to just make it easier for the angles. So with that being said, now let's go over some of the spell cards so you can see how this varies the game. This one here just means you have to get one less ingredient on your next turn. Once you complete this on your turn, if you find all of them before Baba Yaga reaches her last tile, you put it in front of you, and you basically, sometimes you'll do the action immediately, or you'll keep it in front of you for the next turn. This one will stay in front of you knowing that you only have to get 2 ingredients on the next card that you play. This is my favorite here. This the person has to put his head chin. Can you do that for us, like on the table like this, like that? And while he's doing that, he has to look for the ingredients on his turn. So you can hold this in front of you and again play it on the next player or the player coming up. So that is my favorite one. There are different ones too, like this. You add another Baba Yaga to the track, so it allows you to have more time. And there is this house one. So let me go over this house. So once you get the house one here, you play it in front of you and you pick a forest tile to put the house on top of. So this is where you can put something there so that your opponent can't know the perfect knowledge on what he's going after. But if he knows that this is the ingredient that he wants, he first has to take the house, put it in front of him, flip the ingredient over. Oh, I wanted this wolf, he would say. Then he would keep the house in front of him, and it would be removed from play later on. But if he did not want the wolf, he flips it back over and the house stays right there. And there are other kooky ones like this one. You have to peek through your hand, so you got to put one hand over your face and use your other hand to pluck ingredients. But those are the basic actions on all the ingredient cards. So now let's show you how one round of this happens, because that's where you can really get a good feel on if this game is for you. Okay, so here we go. We got a 2-player game set up. Let's go. Flip your card, Alexandra. Alright, so now she's looking for their ingredients. I gotta shift my hands back and forth and do this and do that and do this and do that. She's gotta get one more ingredient. Oh, hey, that was at the buzzer. I'm not really sure who won, but I'm gonna give it to you anyway. I could have moved a little faster though. It is a bit more challenging to move Baba Yaga by herself. So she would, I would give it to her. She completes this one on her next turn. She's allowed to add 1 Baba Yaga token to her track. She's 1 step closer to winning as well. So that is the fast play of Baba Yaga. Now let's give this game a grade and tell you what we think about it. Okay, so Baba Yaga, and as we always do on Alex's board game stand, we're going to be giving this game a grade as follows. Check minus being a bad game, check being an okay to good game, and check plus being a great game. You just got to go out there and buy. So with that being said, what are you going to give this game, kiddo? A check plus for her. And why do you like this game so much?
Because I like the wolf.
You like the wolf, and do you like moving Baba Yaga or finding ingredients more? Are you fast?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Kind of.
And I'm going to be giving this game a check. This is my least favorite out of the 4 games that I've played in this series. The 4th one being the Ant and the Grasshopper, and the 5th game that is out right now, and that's Little Red Riding Hood. But this is my least favorite, so I don't want to say that I want to say that loosely more of, because this game is a good one. It's just the speed doesn't balance as well as I like it would with kids, because I can really put the burners on and move Baba Yaga to the very end if I really want to, leaving the other players, you know, in the dust, especially if they're kids. But I still get kind of stressed out when I'm flipping the tiles to find ingredients, even if it's her moving it or her and Marissa moving it as well. I do like the spell cards. They do add a little flair to the game. Again, this game is a good one. It's just not my favorite installment of the series. And so that was Baba Yaga, and I like that the stories are in the book here. And if you read the story before the game, you'll have some kind of clue to the clues on the very back of the tile, so you know where to go. Because in the beginning, this is hard. You're like, oh my God, Baba Yaga is really moving. But if you read the story, you have an idea where, you know, the bear fur is and where the bread is. And as you play this game, your memory starts to advance and you get better. So this game might seem harder in the beginning, but it does get easier as it goes on. Again, it's just a speed, memory, fine tile game. And it's a good one. I did give it a check for a reason, because, you know, I do like this game. It's just not my favorite, though you like this game quite a bit, don't you? Check plus for her and a check for me. So thank you so much for watching Game Vine today and Alex's board game stand. Until the next time that we see you, have a great rest of your day and a great time with all that you play. You heard it here on the Game Vine. Escape the witch. Escape her. Go. Go. Boo.